bench press, let's talk about it. So, first things first, the bench press, I guarantee you that if you've exercised for any amount of time, you've probably done the bench press. Now, a lot of people have different ideas of what a bench press is and what a bench press is not, okay? I'm going to show you guys a good standard, something that I believe is a good standard for the bench press, okay? First, let's talk a little bit about safety. That's very important with the bench press. Out of all the movements that you do in the gym, the one that is the most dangerous, the one that has the highest probability of killing you, is the bench press, okay? If you drop a deadlift, where does it go? To the ground. If you drop a back squat properly, eventually it goes to the ground. If you drop a bench press, where does it go? To your chest, and then your throat, or all this stuff down here, okay? So, if you're going to bench press by yourself, which you shouldn't, but if you're going to bench press by yourself, you want to make sure that you don't have these on your bar. Take these off, okay? Why would you do that? You're going to take these off because if you get pinged, which is a bad idea, but if you decide to do something silly and get yourself pinned underneath of the barbell, you want to be able to dump. So all you would do in order to dump would be turn to one side, the weights will slide off, turn to the other side, the weights will slide off. I'm not going to do that. Just trust me, it works. Okay? So let's talk about how we do the bench press properly. All right? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my bench is set up correctly underneath of my bar. So if my bench is too far back, like that, then I may throw myself off and try to put myself too far back. What I want is my head, meaning my eyes, directly underneath of the barbell. Okay? So when I set up to do a bench press and I am underneath of my barbell, I want to look straight up in the air and I should see my barbell directly over my line of sight. So directly over my eyeballs, right? So I'm going to put my feet down, sit on my bench, make sure I don't bust my head on the way back, make sure I have a nice even grip on my barbell. When I'm looking straight up in the air, I see my barbell. If I'm too far back here and I go to bench, what will happen is my bar is going to end up hitting my J-hooks on the way up, and that's definitely going to throw me off. All right? So, eyes underneath my bar, even grip. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to retract my scapula, my shoulder blades, pull those back, and kind of puff my chest up, okay? I'm going to keep my butt on the bench. It's very, very important. I'm going to keep my feet on the ground. That's also important. Feet on the ground, butt on the bench. We want to try to get the small of your back off of the bench and pull those shoulder blades in to puff that chest up, all right? Now, I'm going to grab my bar, squeeze super tight, bring it on out, come straight down, touch my chest, press all the way back up. Let's see not a bench press. Not a bench press, okay? Let's also see not a bench press. Okay? Those are not bench presses. Those are things, okay? Those are things that guys do at the gym, at the YMCA, at any weight room across the country, okay? The goal there is, well, I don't know what the goal is. The goal is to bounce the weight off your chest, but it's not to do a proper bench press. So a proper bench press is touching the chest, full extension at the top. That's what would count in a powerlifting competition, so that's what we're going to call a good bench press, okay? So to review, make sure you have a spotter if you're going to use any type of significant weight. If you don't have a spotter, make sure you don't have clips on your bar, okay? Feet stay on the ground, butt stays on the bench. Retract the scapula, puff that chest up, try to activate the lats. Make sure you have an even grip on your bar, squeeze the bar tight, come all the way down to your chest, press all the way back up. Once you're extended fully, then rack your bar. That is the bench press.